Hey, this is Pastor Ken, and this is a series called Martyn Lloyd-Jones Speaks. Currently, I'm in the book, The Sovereign Spirit, Discerning His Gifts. Now, over the years, I've been struggling with the whole phrase, baptism in the Holy Spirit, and I have to admit that Dr. Jones is probably the best book that I've ever read on this subject, and that he is very bold to acknowledge its reality and its existence, but he's also very bold to bring condemnation to the falsehoods that seem to accompany those who proclaim a baptism of the Holy Spirit. But anyhow, this is from the sermon that he gave called Gifts that Authenticate. And he talks about two types of evidence to show that one has the baptism of the Holy Spirit, and subjective or internal evidence and objective or external evidence. Now, just very quickly, he'll mention one thing that's external, which seems to be in the physical realm, and then he'll talk about speech. So I'm going to read to you from page 17. One of the objective results of the baptism with the Spirit is at times seen even in a person's facial appearance, a kind of transfiguration, some reflection of the glory of God. As the face of Moses shone when he came down from the mountain, having been with God, so there is something of this in the Christian. We all, says Paul in 2 Corinthians 3:18, with open face beholding as in a glass the glory of the Lord, are changed into the same image from glory to glory, even as by the Spirit of the Lord. Now that ties in with the idea that if you study the Greek word glory, doxa, it does have a physical component to it, some type of a luminescence or some type of a glow that you see physically on the body of the person. So that isn't Martyn Lloyd-Jones' comment, that's me commenting on the comment. Let me continue reading. Let us next consider the evidence of the baptism of the Spirit as it shows itself in speech. The first great characteristic here is the power and the ability that is given not only to the preaching, but in ordinary conversation and in prayer. There are still people, I find, who seem to think that what we are talking about is only for certain people. Now that is a complete fallacy, but the New Testament offers this to us all. It indicates clearly that this is possible to all. So I can't help but to comment on Dr. Jones, and maybe I'm spoiling the series, but I have noticed this many times, even like prayer coming under the Spirit. Ordinary conversations coming under the Spirit that eventually get directed to Jesus Christ and the glory of God in Jesus Christ. That's how you know that the baptism of the Spirit is present in an individual. When there's that leap that goes from maybe ordinary talk to now there's a interest in and a direct line to the gospel of Jesus Christ. So anyhow, this is Martyn Lloyd-Jones Speaks, and I'll hold this up for you in case you would like to attempt to freeze frame it. and see it for yourself. Thank you for listening in and watching. This concludes the video.